Hey everyone, Ali Reza here, back with another hashtag trending. Today, we'll look at the largest humanitarian crisis in the world, which is unfolding in Yemen, through the lens of social media. Stay tuned. Books have been written and tales have been told about the catastrophic humanitarian situation in Yemen, of people dying of hunger, of children going to bed hungry, but no amount of numbers or reports can truly reflect the immensity of the tragedy. 75% of all Yemeni children are suffering from acute malnutrition. They're not hungry or starving, but dying. I can't quite wrap my head around the fact that this tragedy has been in the making for years now and no one has done anything to stop it from happening. Right now, as we speak, Yemeni children are dying, but the war machine just keeps on churning. Anyhow, let's get on with the first comment of the day by Thas. They wrote, "It's a result of the unjust war. Arab brothers, wake up." Mido Marley tweeted, "The Saudi Berber aggression by killing the people of Yemen, and claims that all this bombing, siege and starvation is aid from the kingdom. Lift your aggression from Yemen and we do not want your help, and stop killing children of Yemen. Hashtag Saudi brutality." Our next tweet comes from Bin Qalib. He wrote, "Children in Yemen are the most affected by the Saudi aggression on Yemen. We need to hear their voices and empower them to advocate for children's rights." Our next comment comes from Mir Nemesis. They wrote, "Capitalist consumption is directly responsible for 2/3 of the world dying of malnutrition and starvation." Trust me, if you dig deep enough, they'll be responsible for the other 1/3 too. Now, I told you that numbers don't quite do justice to depict the gravity of the whole situation, but I'm going to give you some numbers anyway. More than 11 million Yemeni children are in need of immediate assistance. 8.5 million of them don't have access to safe water, basic hygiene, or any form of sanitation. Our next comment comes from Ben Noman. He wrote, "Kids are dying from a man-made famine. This pic broke our hearts to make. We wanted to show the pain in Yemen." The next tweet comes from Mido Marley. 1.7 million children are internally displaced. Yemenis facing the worst humanitarian crisis in the world today. The next tweet comes from Mohammed Dahmani. He wrote, "Very sad to see such pictures. No child should have to endure this. The world is criminal." Well, my friend, it is not the world that is criminal, it is the people, and not most of them, just a tiny fraction of them, the 1%ers. All the while, the children in Yemen are suffering the way you just saw them. Our final batch of comments starts with one by Ragib Malli. He wrote, "Yemen is the most difficult place in the world to be a child. Incredulously, it's getting worse." And Yemen Siege tweeted this, "When you hear about human rights from the US, the EU, the UN, etc., don't believe them. They all are responsible for starving children in Yemen." Our next photo and comment comes from Yahya Al-Hadid. He wrote, "How can the world watch this crisis silently? Saudi Arabia and the UAE are committing genocide in Yemen. MBS and MBZ are killing the children and civilians." The final comment comes from Yemen Relief and Reconstruction Foundation. They wrote, "It is hard to overstate the importance of US arms sales, spare parts and maintenance to the Saudi war machine. The bulk of the Saudi arsenal is made in the USA, including 2/3 of its combat aircraft. Congress must act." And that's going to be it for this edition of Hashtag Trending. Until next time, take care and bye-bye.